Jao earlier welcomed the delegation, saying the whole village is behind the United Front back candidate. At Sare Alpha village, elders including Kekoi Suso and Usenu Ali Siso, on behalf of the villagers, pledged support to the coalition. They lamented the lack of access to healthcare facilities and clean water in the region. Speaking at the Pira Tenda rally, youth leader Baluntang Jete raised concern over the lack of employment opportunities for young people living in the area. Honorable Sida Jata of NAD promised voters that a United Front elected government will ensure that taxpayers' money serve the purpose. From Julangel in Jimara district, Upper River region, this is Mustafa Mbai reporting.
Meanwhile, the standard bearer of the United Democratic Party, ANM lawyer Usainu N.K. Dabo, continued his tour of rural Gambia with meetings in Bansang, Basse and some major provincial towns. Our reporter Mahmoud Jallo is following that campaign team, and he brings us the latest on what has been a frantic final few days on the campaign trail.
United Democratic Party campaign caravan woke up to a busy schedule, first convening a political rally at the Bansang garage. The rally was well attended by party supporters who pledged their unflinching loyalty to the party. Samba Bale, the deputy divisional chairman of the United Democratic Party, called on the people of Bansang to turn a new page by giving Dabo their votes. He described Bansang as a major town that deserves enough attention and investment. Amadou Jabate, a youth leader, attributed idleness among the youth mainly to lack of employment opportunities, promising that the UDP government will create jobs. Nimasisa of Bantanto and Saji Jabate of Bansang refuted claims that there had been defections from the UDP. They insisted that the party has got even stronger, attracting more supporters eager for change. They told the people that only their votes can install Dabo, urging them to translate words into action by massively voting on November 24th. Layamai Ahmad Party of the Gambia Moral Congress is now playing a more proactive role in the campaign, described the UDP flag bearer as a shining light that will eventually deliver the country from darkness. He said Dabo will give the masses a voice by championing their cause and serving their interests. He promised that the UDP will transform the Gambia into an economic powerhouse, placing it on the top 10 richest countries. The UDP leader on his part thanked the people of Bansang for their loyalty, despite what he called persistent rumors that they had cross-carpeted. He assured them that he had never doubted their loyalty, saying he is a native of Bansang and would never betray them. The caravan later drove to Numuyel and Tembakunda, where they also held rallies. Dudu Drame, a youth activist, expressed frustration with what he called the difficulty of getting visas to travel. This he said has motivated the youth to rally behind the UDP, which they hope will ease their travel into Europe. Alhaji Yaya Kamara, Alhaji Kisima Yafa, Yusuf Haidra and Zakaria Sane of Numuyel declared what they called the deplorable condition of the road linking them to Sotuma, saying it had negatively affected economic activity in the village. The men who claim to have more than 20 years experience in Europe said their children find it difficult to follow in their footsteps. They urged Dabo to prioritize their requests as it is the backbone of their existence. In response, lawyer Mai Ahmad Fadi of the Gambia Moral Congress, they assured the Sarawale community that the UDP government will normalize relations with Europe to enable Gambians to obtain visas. He hailed the Sarawale for their hard work, promising that they would promote economic activity by reducing taxes on them. UDP leader called for unity amongst Gambians, saying tribalism has no place in the UDP. We are one family and should not be separated by tribal loyalties, Dabo said. He also promised that the UDP will not pursue vengeance and would treat everybody, irrespective of their political affiliations, fairly and with dignity. He finally thanked the Sarawale community for their support, saying their turnout has assured that victory is imminent. At Dembakunda, the elders also pledged their unflinching loyalty to the UDP, saying Dabo's visit to the village has assured them that the UDP government will provide social services and infrastructure. The UDP leader and delegation expressed gratitude to the people of Dembakunda for the turnout and promised to return the favor if elected. From Dembakunda, the caravan drove to Basse, where supporters blocked the gates in a carefully orchestrated plan to escort the UDP leader to the regional capital of the Upper River region. Militants on foot, horseback and motorbikes conveyed the caravan to the town center amid singing and dancing, whilst others chanted, "We need change." By now it had already got dark, and the caravan cancelled the meeting and crossed the River Gambia for a night stop at Kerawan Nyakoi. They later held meetings at Basse, Sutukonding, Fadodo and Jamanar. Mahmoud Jallo, reporting from Brikama Bar for GRTS.
You can also follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website at www.grts.gm. There you can also monitor GRTS Radio Live. The Anti-Pneumonia Coalition recently gathered in Basse, Upper River region, to heighten awareness on the ravages of the respiratory illness. The event was spearheaded by Medical Research Council, the Gambia. Fatou Jasseh reports on the sensitization campaign that dominated the program.
Host to this year's World Pneumonia Day celebrations. Pneumonia, according to officials, is a global phenomenon that requires concerted global efforts in the fight to eradicate it. Momodu Jasseh, head MRC Bassfield Station, explained the rationale behind the event, which includes raising awareness on the millions of child mortality incidents caused by pneumonia each year. The meeting also engaged the celebrants to reflect on current individual and collective strategies aimed at preventing the threats posed by this deadly disease. It also sought to forge global partnership in the ongoing crusade aimed at minimizing the mortality burdens of the disease for the under 5.
We have heard over and over the worrying statistics associated with pneumonia worldwide. That is, it is the leading cause of death in children under the age of 5, according to the World Health Organization, and it kills almost 1.6 million children each year, more than AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria combined, as indicated earlier on by the representative of the regional health, the director of the regional health team. But it's also important to note that up to 98% of these deaths occur in developing countries, and mainly in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, where it is estimated that one child dies of pneumonia every 20 seconds.
Dr. Jasseh further revealed that after the introduction of the 13-valent pneumococcal conjugate vaccine, the under 5 mortality rate blamed on pneumonia has significantly reduced. He entreated mothers to promote exclusive breastfeeding and caution them against exposing children to indoor smoke, among other hazardous circumstances. For CNBI, the reduction of mortality rate by 2/3 is the fourth of the United Nations Millennium Goals that is hoped to be achieved by the year 2015. And with pneumonia-related deaths posing a threat to the fourth MDG, he believes something has to be done to stem the tide.
The United Nations Millennium Development Goals are 8 international development goals that 192 United Nations member states and at least 23 international organizations have agreed to achieve by the year 2015. The fourth of this goal is to reduce by 2/3 between 1990 and 2015 the under 5 mortality rate. Because of pneumonia caused such a large number of under 5 deaths, almost 20%, in order to achieve MDG 4, the world must do something to reduce pneumonia deaths. In the Gambia, the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, in collaboration with the MRC, the Gambia has made a gigantic stride to introduce a conjugate pneumococcal vaccine into the routine immunization service throughout the country.
Mfali Jiba is the man in charge of the Basse Health Center. He spoke on the main causes of the disease.
Acute respiratory infections, ARIs, and pneumonia accounts for a large number of under 5 admissions in our pediatric ward. Available records show that from the 1st of January to 31st October 2011, a total of 1,996 admissions were made in our ward, out of which 1,068 were confirmed pneumonia cases.
Pneumonia, according to authorities, is curable when reported early and given its attendant complications. Mothers in particular are being encouraged to act fast by reporting any suspected sign and symptom of the killer disease. For Grts News, I am Fatou Jasseh.
We now take our first break. We'll be right back.
GRTS Digital FM on 98.6 and 102.6, the best FM station in town, where you can capture hundreds and thousands of potential customers with a wider coverage around the country. Advertise today and get your targeted customers. For more information, call 9933263, 9957255, or 4497331 and 9906445. GRTS Digital FM.
Welcome back. Saturday's Arab League deadline for Syria to stop killing protesters has come and gone, leaving the country open to sanctions. But Syria's President Bashar al-Assad says he won't back down. Assad says his government will push forward with its crackdown on protesters. The Syrian leader gave an exclusive interview to the Sunday Times of London. In it, the president talks about the government's duty of protecting civilians from